We're going to art school. This is another little game from the Itch.io bundle. I had not heard of it before. We're gonna play it. Something that I do find interesting is that I notice on Twitch, like when you select a game for the category on Twitch, it'll populate with automatic tags based on the game, describing the game, you know. I noticed that when I chose Art School, the only tag that it populated with was indie game. So Twitch does not know what genre this game is. This game defies the concept of genre, because of course, it is art. We are going to begin. This, I believe, is our teacher speaking to us. We are freshmen, and we are being welcomed to art school. Oh, by the way, you might want to turn your volume down, like to the point where you can still hear it. Audio leveling in this game is not really a thing, it seems. A neural network trained on over 100,000 teraflops of the greatest art in the world. That is many flops. Faculty advisor this semester. Analyze our work against the vast database and give constructive feedback. I'm always welcome for constructive feedback. Look, scientists know all about art and how to quantify it through an AI, so I think that we're in good hands here. Even though Q does not have hands, it seems. Art school is really simple. We will use our drawing pad. I don't have one. I do have a mouse, and I think that's what we'll be using. Great, I need inspiration. Let's get started. Okay. I love critique. Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking of. Anyway, here we are. We're on the beautiful campus of art school. We can look around, we can jump. All this stuff is here for inspiration. I need to draw an animal, a vegetable, and a mineral. And I guess I'm drawing them all in the one canvas at the same time. Oh, I can go in there? Oh, I guess that's where we go to submit our assignment, but I didn't draw anything yet. Yeah, it's not done yet. Okay. It's a pretty place. Man, I need to figure out what I'm gonna draw. That's always kind of the hard part. Like, getting started. That's the case with any task. Even if it's something you like to do, just figuring out how to get started. It's like, what am I gonna do? Well, like that there, like... Oh, actually, there's like a power-up here? What is this? I got the thick brush. Oh, okay, I collected a brush. Let's see. Well, that's the thick brush. That's the thin brush. Goes undo. So what I'm thinking here is that maybe, like, this is like, it could be a frog? Like, if I have to draw an animal. Maybe it could be like this. And, like, it has, like, the big eyes. And it has, like, the hind legs behind it. Right? And, like, you want a mouth, so, like, there's its mouth. So, like, maybe that could be our animal? Maybe we could do that. I need vegetable and mineral. I don't think I have to draw things in the environment. I could just draw whatever I want. Like, all this is just here for inspiration. However, I can't see a lot because most of this is just like these blue lumps, like blue lumps coming out of the ground. So, okay, let me just draw like a vegetable. I don't think I have other colors. It doesn't seem like it. If I'm drawing a vegetable, I could just go simple, you know, like here's like a carrot, you know? There's a carrot. Mineral. So that's kind of hard. Like, what would you do for a mineral? Like, we could... like... do like, it's like, here's like a geode. So, like, maybe that's kind of good. Maybe that'll be good enough. Now, what if they all had the same eyes? So, like, you know, like their friend, like maybe they're related. Maybe they're all related to each other. Actually, our character Froshman kind of has the same eyes too. So maybe these are sort of like self-portraits. Maybe these are like, well, not fursonas because they're not furry, but like maybe like variations of how Froshman maybe sees themselves. I'm not sure. Well, I need to hand this in. I don't see a building around here. There's an edge. I fell. Okay, good. Please give me my critique. Uh-huh. Hey, I got a C. I mean, it's not too bad for the first assignment. Although I don't think they should be grading me on color, because I don't think I have other colors here. I don't think I do. Draw the upside-down house on the art school campus. Alright. So what's this one down here? Doesn't seem like anything's happening when I click on this one at the bottom. Like the circle at the bottom of the toolbar. Like, I can select the width of the brush. Anyway, upside down house. Well, I don't know if I would say this is an upside down house because it's weirdly shaped, but you can get the stairs are right side up, I think. I wouldn't call it that. So let's see. Where is this upside down house on this campus? There's like a sign. Oh, I see it. I see. It's over there. Well, I'm not on the same island as it, of course. So I'm just gonna have to do the best I can, but it's sort of like... Oh, you know how you can impress the teacher? Check this out. Make sure that you point out how you're using correct perspective lines. And they're gonna be very impressed that we did this instead of doing it freehand. I mean, really, we are doing it freehand, but they don't need to know that. Okay, so now there's like an upside down door right there. And it looks like there is a roof that might be like... That might be like this maybe. And then you have some bricks. I mean, I am freehanding these, but... I mean, I have the dotted lines on here, so I'm sure they'll be impressed with this. There's like some, like... I don't know, some, like, things on the top of it, which really should be the bottom of it. I'm not sure what those are. I'm just gonna, you know... shade in the door there. Shade it in. There's really no light source in this world, is there? But I'm gonna try to be impressive and, like, do a little hatching. Do a little hatching right here. There we go. Hatched. That has been hatched. Alright, I think that we did a good job. Let's hand it in. Check it out. I got, yep, I'm improving, making my way in art school. Got a B. My line work and approach were top notch. Composition, they felt needed some work, and I'm still not sure why they're grading me on color. I need to get some colors if I'm going to be graded on color. Make a portrait of someone not wearing their glasses. So, I mean, to do that... Oh, what's this? I got the text tool. Great. I mean, maybe before I hand things in, I should look around to make sure that I've picked up any available power-ups. Like the text tool. Well, I don't see anything else on this particular island. Well, if I'm going to draw someone without their glasses, it means it would have to be someone who normally would wear glasses. And Froshman does wear glasses. So... like those pupils are filling up most of the eyes. We can fill in the pants and the hair. And there we go. We did it. Have a look at it. Wow, I gotten big grades in color. I would like to find more colors, honestly. Very restricted with this limited palette. What was I doing before I was doing this? That's my assignment? Oh, I didn't mean to go back in. Technically, though, this is an accurate thing. The assignment is, what was I doing before I was doing this? And the answer was nothing. So... Oh, hey, we're at the upside-down house. So really, my accidental submission was accurate. Even if that's not what was wanted, but... I mean, no one appreciates true art in their time. Is this... Oh, that's a thing. I think that's a thing. Hey, I got a color... There we go! I got another color. I got yellow. I have yellow and, like, really dark blue. Okay, so what was I doing before I was doing this? Well, I mean, I have the text tool I can work with. Okay, now I can type something in. Technically, this is correct. Oh, I failed this one. Okay. Wants me to, what was I doing before this? What was I doing before this? See, now it's going to be artistic. It's like now we have like a drop shadow. See, that looks fancy. That's fancy right there. Boom. See? I know how to pass these classes. Draw something that costs $34.42. Let's see, where are we? It is a beautiful campus. I will give it that. Let's see, $34.42. It's a very specific amount of money. What could cost that much money? Oh, there's a thing there. It's a bucket. Yes, the paint bucket. Now I can fill in any shape that I so please. Something that costs $34.42. Well, let's see. I got a good close-up of Froshman here. Well, let's see. Okay, so what I would say is that this game came from Itch.io, And a thing about itch.io, if you've ever bought games on there, is they will usually have a minimum price, and then instead of paying the minimum price, you can then pay anything over that if you so decide. So, like, we can always say, like, here is... Even though there was no physical version of the game, I mean, it's only digital, but still, I mean, you get the idea here. Let's see. Well, we could try our paint bucket. There we go. Getting some highlights going in here. This is looking good. Oh, that's not what I wanted. And like, I think Froshman would be on the box. Most likely. And Froshman would be like running around. Let's see. Froshman has this bag. So like the bag is flying in the wind. Froshman's also holding the notebook and the brush. Running over the cliff, right? And there's like, you know, like clouds up here. And like in the background, there's like an island with like a door on it. There's like a little house. That's not too bad. It's like a pretty good impression, you know, interpretation of what you're doing in the game. Okay. I think that's all right. Let's try to hand this in, and oh, actually, no. I do have to make sure. Like we have to specify this, just so everyone knows. Have a look at it. Yeah, there we go. Water flowing. Is this a philosophical assignment? The key is not to draw the water. The key is to draw the flow of water. I'm right at the edge of that. Okay. The flow of water. Just like what feels like the flow. Maybe we could like a river coming in from the distance, maybe. And like maybe like the sun is back here. And it's like the enormous sun from Ninja Gaiden. Like, that sun is way too big. It's going to kill us all. And then... And then here... Let's see... Maybe, like, here is Froshman just, like, floating down the river. And... Let's see... And there's some clouds, you know? Some, like, clouds in the sky. And also... Here's a rabbit, like, watching what's happening. And... What is the sound of water flowing? Like, I know what it sounds like, but what would you say it... How could you describe the sound of it? Burble? Something like that? No, I didn't want that. Nope. Burble. There we go. I don't want... There we go, okay. So it's burbling, just to make sure everyone knows, everyone gets the idea here. And then... I don't want that to happen, don't do that. Okay, so then... Water flowing. Okay, so then... What's happening here... is an unknown, like, what Froshman doesn't realize is that heading right towards this waterfall, that's where we go. That's where we're going. And you see, this illustrates that you might think that water flowing is nice and relaxing and harmless, but don't let your guard down because the flowing water may be lethal. See, it's there's a narrative in this image. Only got a C on this one, though. I do agree that Froshman, the likeness is not very good in this one. Draw something that I hate. Something that I hate. What would I say I hate? I don't know if anything around here is going to give me inspiration for that. It's a beautiful place. Full of nice shapes and pastel colors. Something that I hate. It's hard to say, really. Hate's a strong word. There's a difference between things that maybe you're not a fan of and things that you hate. And of course, another thing to think about is how do you want to handle the subject matter? Should it be something literal and physical, or should it be something metaphorical? Maybe you can hate a concept, but would you draw that concept? Let's see. Maybe we could draw something like... Here's like a $1 bill floating in the wind. All right. It would be more, easily seen if it was green, of course. So here we have this. It's floating in the wind. Like here are some lines to illustrate wind, right? And here is, let's see. Here is the hand of someone who really needs that dollar. I mean, I don't know why this person has so many fingers. Maybe not so many fingers, probably. They reach for the... Let's draw some lines here illustrating separate fingers. They reach for the dollar, but it's out of reach, like they're standing on the ground, but the dollar is flying through the wind out of their reach, and this represents how many people feel that the concept of the capitalism and meritocracy of U.S. society is a fact of nature, and if you are unable to reach that dollar, that just means that you are not trying hard enough, and that it is only right and natural that the dollar remains out of your reach. But hold on, but what they're ignoring is like down here is the oscillating fan belonging to the upper class. And that fan is artificially keeping that dollar in the air. So there's like an illusion that the dollar is in the air by nature, but actually it's artificially kept up there to keep it out of the hands of the lower classes. And then over here is like a Twitter account of someone, of like someone wearing, like smiling and wearing sunglasses, and they like have an American flag in the background, and they're like saying like try hard, like it's hard to see. Try harder? I mean, you can't really see that at all. But like that person represents how they don't see the fan. That's what the sunglasses represent. The sunglasses that you usually see in those avatars represents their impaired vision. How they see the dollar, but they refuse to see the fan, which is keeping it up in the air, away from the hand of the lower class. And you see that it's not the concept of money that I hate. It's the structure that has been created to make it look like that if you're able to get the money, that it was through your own merit, and the refusal to see the structures that the fan represents, which keeps it out of the reach of most people. And that's probably pretty good. That's probably okay. I probably could have used more colors. No, actually, you really like the color. Really like the color work on this. Trace my hand? Well, it's hard to do that with a mouse. I mean, my fingers are longer than that. But like, actually, I don't know how you would actually trace your hand with a mouse. You have like the fingernails, like the little lines on the knuckles like that. And let's just like do some hatching in the background so the hand stands out against, you don't want like the white hand on the white background. You want, some contrast. Oh, I didn't even know you can move this. I mean, that's kind of useful. I mean, they're really, like, you could draw some indication of there being knuckles, or like, there's like a little fold of skin right there. I mean, really, didn't seem like there was really much else asked for. And I guess I could just like, just sort of take the yellow and just, just indicate that there's color here. Yeah, something we could do. All right, got a B on it. My line work was not that good, it's true. Level a critique at contemporary society from the point of view of a dog. Okay, what does it say on that sign up there? Point of view of a dog. Okay. So, what would a dog think about society? What would the dog's critique be? Let's see, maybe you could, so I was about to say that maybe it's something like that the dog wants to get at the bag of food, but the owner will not let him get at the food. But then again, the dog will just keep eating until he's sick, so I don't know if that's a relevant critique. Because in this case, the owner is right in preventing the dog from eating too much. Okay, so let's say no, not that. Maybe actually, I should probably look around the environments for power-ups as well. I haven't really been looking for those. No, I don't think there's anything else in this section. All right. So maybe what we could do is something like, so driving. Right, and person is sad about driving. Why are they sad about driving? Because they're going to the job which they don't like. They don't like their job, right? And let's see. The dog is looking at the owner and noticing that the window is up. And like the dog is thinking that the owner is very silly. Does the owner not know that the actual purpose of a car is to stick your head out of it? Does the owner not know this? That is the entire reason that the car exists. You need to stick your head out of the car, and that brings joy. The human, who is supposed to be so wise, only uses the car to go to somewhere that they don't want to go to. And the dog, wise in their ways, realize that they're using the car all wrong. They should be using the car to stick their head out the window and enjoy the wind in their face. And the owner, caught up in the ways of the world, the corporate ways. Okay, let's say like the owner is thinking here about here is like a building, right? This is like a building in the city where the owner works. He's thinking about that, and he's just tired of his job. And like the dog is saying, "You're so silly. That's not what you should be doing. That's not how you should be using the car." And I'm not sure. I would have to really think about how to flesh out this critique at contemporary society. But I think this is what the dog would be thinking. Let's hand our thing in. Really like the composition on this one. Draw a logo for a pet food company. I wonder if there would be any inspiration for such a thing on the campus. Well, first, let's have a look to see if there might be any power-ups lying around. Not here, anyway. I'm not seeing anything here. Alright. Logo for a pet food company. That's kind of a different school of artwork, isn't it? Like, that's more like, like logo design. Not really the same thing as the things that we have been drawing. Okay, so what you want is something that feels good, something that makes you feel happy, something that is associated with animals. It says a pet food company, so it's not specifying the pet. It could be any pet. Like, I guess they make food for all pets, perhaps. I mean, it'd be difficult to make for all pets because there are some, you know, there's some pets which are sort of edge cases. But you might think about, you know, your dogs, your cats, your birds, something to that respect. Or would it be food made for one very specific kind of pet? I mean, that could also be. Like, it's a company that specializes in the one food. So maybe it could be something like... This should be... Owl should be fatter. Make this owl fatter. And it's like, the name of it is... Fat Owl. They only make owl food. The owl is... I just realized... I don't actually have an eraser, do I? No, I don't. The owl is just like sweating if a bird could sweat, which they can't. Sweating over how much has been eaten. They can't believe how much. The food was so good. Owl is trying to fly but cannot because the owl is too fat. The owl's pupils are dilating over how good the food was. I mean, I guess if you own an owl and you're looking for food, that'd be pretty okay, but it's not like a very large market. I feel like it does need something, but I can't think of what it would. I can't think of what it would be. Kind of coming up with blanks here. I don't know. So sort of, I don't know, sort of leaning into the fact that they have a monopoly on the owl food market. It's sort of like you go into the grocery store to buy food for your owl, and it's like, well, there's one brand. It's Fat Owl. You need food for your owl. I mean, who else were you going to go for? You're buying Fat Owl, right? I mean, Fat Owl or nothing. Let's hand it in. Oh, only a D. I mean, I do need to work on my advertising skills, it's true. I need to repeat the assignment. I know we have to draw a logo for a pet food company, I understand. Let's see if there are any power-ups here. Oh. You can infinite jump? I mean, I guess that explains how you're supposed to get around to these islands. Certainly some small ones we haven't been to. Not seeing anything on this island. Oh wait, what's that there? I got the wiggle pencil. What's the wiggle pencil? It automatically wiggles as I go. Oh, I can just bring that back up? Alright. Well, let's just like that. I don't know if I would need the wiggle pencil, honestly. Like, if I wanted to wiggle a pencil, I can just do that. I can wiggle a pencil. This is a strange little island right here. Doesn't seem like anything's on it. I got another color. I got white. I got white. I have yellow. Very dark blue. Might as well be black. Now I have white. You know, if I knew that this is what you learned how to do in art school, I probably would have gone. But I don't know if there is anything for us in the above. Well, maybe we should take a little break. Be back in a few minutes as we continue our assignment for art school. Well, welcome back to edutainment. It was mentioned to me that maybe the grading is random, so I pressed undo and brought back Fat Owl. Let's see if we get a different grade. Huh, I got there. Okay, I got an A that time. You know, that the professor just had to think it over, you know? Sometimes you look at a piece of art once and you don't really like it, and then it's like an acquired taste. You start to appreciate it and say, actually, no, that's pretty good. Draw the ideal worm. Not just a worm, but the ideal worm. Oh, is that a thing? I got another color swatch. I got some pink. That's a pretty good, pretty good color for our ideal worm. So, like, let's see. Actually, I have the squiggle brush on. I don't know if I really want to use squiggle brush. What if we, instead of did line art, what if we just filled in the whole thing at once and we could go like, here's a worm sort of sticking its head up. I don't know if worms can actually do that. I mean, it's not a snake, you know? Worms kind of have like a thick segment, like this one thick segment. It kind of has that, so that's going to be there. Let's go to the thin brush and the dark color. And then we can, like, do this. It said draw the ideal worm, so we're drawing a worm that is very content and secure in its wormness. It knows its place in the world. It understands that it is a worm. It understands and is happy with its lot in life. Even though, of course, it's a worm and will not last very long. So many things could happen to a worm. Like a bird could fly overhead at any time. Or maybe a fisherman comes by looking for bait. Nevertheless, okay, so maybe we could, like, draw, like, the talons attempting to grab, but missing. It's like it's not able to get it. And then like it's swooping by, and then here comes like the fisherman who wants to put it on the hook. But the worm doesn't care about any of that. The worm knows it's a worm, and the worm is just happy in life. The worm doesn't care about the troubles of the fisherman or the bird. The worm is just gonna worm it up. Let's, like, draw some grass here that the worm can worm it up in. go. Warming it up. I think that could be okay. Got a C on this time. Draw the professor. Well, I mean, there's like a very... Oh, we can't actually change the font. Or like the size of the font. So I probably don't want to do that. So I guess we could, like, just like draw like a lot of dots. Like we have the eyes. And let's see. Here we could write down okay, I think that's okay. That's probably fine. Got a B. Draw a map of the Sqool campus from memory. That is difficult. But I mean, if we were looking at it from above... Oh, that's a text. That's not... Nope. Nope, that's not... Okay. I guess like there's an island... And there's like a bigger island... There's an island over here, right? And like an island. This, and like one of the islands has the upside down house on it. Right? And then there's like an island with like a lot of like little hills. A lot of like little blue hills on it. There's like one island that has like a chessboard on it, kind of. There is... I mean, we could draw more islands. Since there are more than these. We could draw like one in the foreground, like that. And I don't want to move around because I'm supposed to just do this from memory. It's supposed to be from memory here. And what were on these other islands? It's like maybe like it's like a tree. Maybe there's like a tree over here. There was like one that had this like sign on it. I haven't really gotten a look at that sign, but it's there. And like above we have these clouds, and then below we also have like some clouds. So like we're in the middle sort of some cloud cover here. And we could like draw some dots. 'Cause there's like a lot of particles going on. A lot of particles happening. It's something like that. And then I could say something like, let's change the color to this. Let's say something like, no, you can't see that. And there we go. Now it's a map. That is a proper map. Let's hand it in. Only a D. But maybe we just caught the professor on a bad day. So let's see. I guess I can't bring that back. Seems like it's gone now. But, alright, so we could always just, like... here's some islands. It's like here is the island in the foreground, one in the back, clouds, right? Here's the particles. And, there we go. Boom, there we go. Like the previous map just wasn't speaking to the professor. This one is. An extremely technical pattern diagram of an air conditioner. Okay, so... this air conditioner has a gimmick. So here's the air conditioner. Let's see. It's going to be in a window. Right, so... the air conditioner... is in the, like, in the window. Right. Let's see. Here's the where the wall meets the floor. It's going to be there. Okay, so what are we patenting here? Well, you may have seen a patent similar to this. You have... that's a little small for a person. Okay, here's the person. They're standing in front of the air conditioner and have put your hands in the air and yell McDonald's. No, it's not. Why is it doing that? Get that back in there. There we go. And then the air conditioner starts blowing air. You may remember the patent for, was it Sony that patented it? If I remember that right. You have to acknowledge the advertisement to make it stop. It was something like that. You probably, it's a pretty memorable patent, even though I'm having trouble remembering the details at this point. But in this one, you will have to acknowledge your love for McDonald's to get the air conditioner to start working. And that's what we're patenting. There we go. The professor loves it. Draw a fungus. Well, I mean, I think. Oh, do we have a cutscene? Yeah, we're doing okay at art school. I think we're doing fine. Well, if we're drawing a fungus, I guess there's really only one option, isn't there? This. And then we have this little vest. And, I guess there we go. Is there anything else we want to do with Toad? I guess we could do, like, a little coloring. You know, it's just a little coloring in. Toad getting politically active. Getting tired of living in this serfdom. What about, I mean, the Toads need to do what's right for the Toads. Loves that composition for whatever reason. Draw something behind a giant cube. Okay, a giant cube. Well, what we probably want is... the cube is very imposing. It's like right there it is. We're standing behind it. We're standing like right in front of it. And it's like we're looking up at it. It's very big. And who's behind it? It's Toad. Toad is hiding behind the cube. Why is Toad hiding behind the cube? I can't think of a reason why Toad would be hiding behind this cube. And yet, Toad is. And yet Toad hides behind. Maybe we are not meant to know why Toad is hiding behind the cube. Maybe that's a mystery that is not meant for us humans. It's something only meant for the fungus. I think this is done. Only C on this one, though. Diagram your favorite sentence. My favorite sentence, you say? What would be my favorite sentence? I don't... You never really thought about having a favorite sentence. What would be my most favorite sentence in the entire English language? Honestly, nothing's coming to me. Whatever I come up with, I will need to diagram it. Well, how about instead of just one sentence, like a sentence can be one word. You can probably fill in the rest. Composition was very strong, apparently. Draw an egg hatching. What is coming out of it? Alright, well that's easy. Like, if you see an egg, and that egg is cracking, and the pieces of shells, the shell is going flying, there's really only one thing you want to see coming out of that egg, and that is a pepperoni pizza. I mean, I don't have red, we only have purple. So that's just going to have to be as good as we can get here, I think. Here's the crust. Right? Really don't have enough colors to really get across. To get this across. But, you know, that's what we have. Let's draw like the... For real... We're going to do some, you know, some realism here. Just trying to do some realistic shading. And there we go. Oh, have I been on this island before? Not sure if I've been on this one. I got the square brush. I got another color swatch. That one's a little too similar to one that I already got. I don't know. I don't know if we need these two separate ones. They're both quite purple. Only got a B on this one, but at least it's passing. Draw a perfect circle using my non-dominant hand. Joke's on you, Professor. I have been using my non-dominant hand. That's what I use to draw. That's what I use for a mouse. Then we will label it. There we go. Yeah, okay. Love the composition of this circle. Okay. Draw my favorite. My favorite, you say? Just the favorite. Whatever the you know? Just draw it. Just do that. What would the favorite be? we been on this island over here? I'm not sure if we... I don't think we have. Doesn't look that familiar. No, we have. We've been on this one. The favorite. Yep. Something over here. The watercolor brush. All right. I should see how these new brushes work. And that's a square brush. All right. It is actually a watercolor. I got the grease pencil. Ooh, fancy. I could have used this for the earthworm. Got some wingdings going on in here. Oh, the eraser. An essential tool that we've only gotten now. I do think there is another one up there, though. The mop. What does the mop do? That is what the mop does. There are many lumps over here. Many combined lumps. We got the shape maker. Oh, there we go. It makes shapes. Well, we've explored quite a bit. We've gotten some new tools, but I still do have to draw my favorite. But what is my favorite? How can I make a choice on what my favorite is? To just think about everything and all things and say, yes, that is my favorite. Can I make that choice? Do I feel comfortable with thinking about all of the things and naming a single favorite? Who am I to name such a thing? Do I dare take the responsibility of the favorite? What if I'm wrong? Try as I might, I cannot think of the favorite. I am requested to think of the favorite and draw it, and yet nothing comes to me. Nothing enters my brain when trying to decide what the favorite is. And perhaps the professor has stumped me then. Perhaps the professor has requested me to draw something that I could never draw. For to determine what to draw, it's not the question of drawing something, it's a question of determining what to draw. The only thing that comes into my mind is just a mess, a chaotic blur. Because of that, maybe that's the only thing I really could draw. To use our new brushes to illustrate the indecisiveness that exists within my brain meat as I attempt to clarify within what could possibly be the favorite. So much cloudiness within. There's something behind it. There's something behind all that. If I could just move the clouds aside, I could reach behind and see what exists back there and see what the favorite could be. But as it is, I cannot. I cannot. I like how the line work got such high scores, even though there are no lines on this. The plant life, you say? I mean, I guess there's a question of what around here constitutes plant life. Well, there are trees. There are indeed trees. I mean, I guess this thing... No, I don't want that. Like, there's that big... I guess it's a big fruit. I think. It has, like, leaves on the top of it. I mean, I don't know if that's what it is, but I think it's what it is. And then you have, like, a tree next to it, and, like, a tree over here as well. You can get these... That's not what I want. I want, it was this one. And, I mean, I guess we could just sort of add more in the back here, like just make it look like there's more of a background happening with more trees, even though there wasn't really. Just make it look that way. And then, like, we could make a large one in the front. We could maybe say that maybe we have climbed the tree and we have faced the challenge of the tree. We have overcome it. We stand here, ready to face the challenge of whatever that big fruit is. Like maybe that's one way of looking at it. I mean, it's art. There are many ways of looking at things. We gotta see. Draw something for someone that I have a crush on. Oh, goodness. It doesn't say to draw someone that I have a crush on. It says to draw something for someone. But what is the thing? What is the thing that needs to be drawn? What is a thing that could be drawn for my crush? Well, I guess there's only really one answer to that. I mean, that's supposed to be his hand, but it doesn't look so good, but that's probably fine. Let's see. Composition could use some work. We gotta see. Fan art of something I've been meaning to check out, but haven't seen yet. Fan art of something that I don't know of, then. Something that I've been meaning to check out, but I haven't yet. What could there be? Something that I've been wanting to, but I haven't done. I've been intending to, and then maybe just keep putting it off and never actually do it. Something that I want to get to and then just keep not doing it. What do I want to... It has to be something I want to get into. Something I want to see and then just never did. It would have to be... What could that be? It's like it's not to say something that I just never got into, because, I mean, there are plenty of things that I never got into. The question is something that I've been meaning to and wanted to, but just never did. And what would that be? Okay, yeah, I mean, I basically, it would still be this. Because I never did get around to seeing the movie. He has his hands on his hips because he's upset that I have not seen his movie. I'm sorry, Sonic. I'm sorry I have not seen your movie. But things have gotten in the way, you know? Things have just gotten in the way. I mean, like, the pandemic happened, and then, like, you know, it's not like you go to movie theaters anymore. I got an A on that. Draw a bad idea. Well, I mean, it's something that we just mentioned. We could say, like, let's draw Froshman here, maybe. What is Froshman doing? Froshman, here's a leg stepping forward. Here's a leg going back here, indicating movement of walking. Here's like an arm going forward, arm going back. Here's a big smile, indicating, and then like lines indicating forward movement. And then here is the movie theater and then here's like on the doors, here's like a sign hanging there. Let's get the eraser out. Which one was the eraser? I'm not actually sure. Is it this one? Okay, and there's like a sign here that says... I'm gonna have to use the text tool. It says... I can barely see that, so I'm gonna have to... Let's do this different color. Masks... optional. You can barely see that. But you have the idea. You have the idea. It requires a little bit of explaining, but you get the basic idea. Got an A on that. Draw something that can be sold at auction in 10 years. Something can be sold, let's see, in 10 years. Well, that probably means I'm dead. Let's see. I mean, if I'm dead, then basically it could just be anything. Like, the actual content of the painting wouldn't really matter. I mean, maybe it could be... Like, maybe we could draw... Draw a Froshman. And, like, maybe Froshman has, like, this sort of cloth going around the head, hiding the ear that Froshman cut off. That would probably be worth something if we were dead. If we're still alive, this is probably not going to be worth anything, really. So I guess it is in the professor's interest that we're dead in 10 years, so they can really make a killing at the auction. Draw my earliest memory. Well, I would have to think about that. But it said we've now done 25 out of 50 assignments, so that would be a half. And that probably means it would be a good time to say goodbye to art school for right now. Maybe we'll come back and do the remaining 25 assignments. But as for right now, I think that we've gotten a good taste of art school. We've gotten a good understanding of what it really takes to succeed as a professional artist. You go to art school, you learn how to art, and then when you leave, you become you're a fine artist, full of integrity, with a lot of contempt for those commercial artists, those illustrators that sold out for money. What do they know about art? I am going to make fine art that is not commercially viable in any way, but I will have my integrity. I will have my integrity as I paint myself as Goku firing a Kamehameha. And it is, look, it's artwork. It is fine art. I will have to think about what my earliest memory could possibly be. I'm not sure what that would be. All I can say is that my most current memory is that of art school. It's one of the games. It was one of the games in the Itch.io bundle. And, let's call it edutainment, sure. Teaching us about the ways of artwork in an entertaining manner. I hope Froshman graduates and has a fulfilling experience at art school.